More and more people are sending documents online, and sensitive documents at that. I've even had from the insurance company and mortgage information that either send information that could be a risk for identity theft if one of our emails were intercepted, but also I'm being requested for information to be emailed to them for the convenience of not having to post mail it or drive over there and drop off printed documents. Email is just so convenient, but what you have to remember for security is whatever is more convenient for you will be more convenient for the hacker. And email is a huge target because everything is this is where a lot of the hackers get in. They're either sending you phishing attempts or something, but for identity theft purposes, they're looking for information that's being transmitted by email. So with this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can password protect individual documents before you send them, whether it's a PDF, Word document, spreadsheet, and for free as well with no other special software. It's a lot easier than you think, so stick around. So the first thing you want to do is download a free software program that will do this. Now, I've seen it done with there's a few different suggestions out there, but they weren't all free. A lot of the options were to purchase something. Like if you're password protecting a PDF document, you can purchase the Adobe Acrobat program and you can encrypt your PDFs that way. But what if you want to encrypt Word documents or Excel spreadsheets? Well, one of the other options was using Word. You can password protect your documents, and you can also password protect a PDF document using Word. But one of the problems I found with that is it changes the formatting because it's converting the PDF document into a Word document, and you lose all the formatting, the visuals on it. Everything can get distorted and off alignment, and it doesn't look the same at all. So for PDFs that wouldn't work, but if you're password protecting a Word document, you can use Word to password protect it. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to use this one program to do everything. So, and because most of the sensitive information that you're going to be sending by email or that someone will be sending you, then if for example your insurance company or that is going to send you something, you can tell them to watch this video and encrypt their documents before they send it to you. So let's have a look here. And so you want to go to LibreOffice.org. It takes you to this website, and right now it's got this little slideshow, but there's a download now button. So we'll just go ahead and download that, and ideally, depending on what web browser you use, save it somewhere so if something goes sideways you can reinstall it again without having to download it again. And I'm not going to walk through the whole installation of this. It's like installing any other software program. If you do need help with how to install software programs and just a general information that can help you get through just about any software program, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a video for you on that. Alright, so once you've downloaded LibreOffice, I've got 3 different types of documents here that we want to password protect. So the biggest one here is a PDF document. So if I was to open this PDF that I have currently, it just opens up and we can see it. And if you had the Adobe Acrobat full version, you can actually edit that document as well. So let's have a look now. With the software we've already downloaded, we want to open LibreOffice. Now we're opening the main interface to LibreOffice, which by default would have the shortcut on your desktop. We're not opening Writer or Calc or Impress or any of these other programs directly. We're opening the main LibreOffice, which from here allows you to open different type of documents or create the different type of documents. So from here we want to open one of these files. We browse to the directory where we're going and find my PDF document and hit open. Now, depending on the size of the document, it could take a minute. Also, the speed of your computer. Once you have it open, now there's the procedure for password protecting a PDF document here is a little different than password protecting a Word or Excel document. So with the PDF, we have it open here in LibreOffice, and it shows the name of the document.pdf. We want to go to File and Export as PDF. So we're not saving it, we're going to export, even though it's already a PDF. It doesn't make sense, but this is what we got to do. So when you go to export as a PDF, we want to go to the Security tab. Now, you can click on the Set Passwords button and put in your password. You don't have to put a set permission password. We can just leave that blank for now. And you can see here that we don't have any permissions set. It shows open password is set, so the document will be encrypted for opening, and we don't have any permission password set. So if I put in a password for the permissions, these things would open. So let's just go back here. I'll re-put the password for opening, but also we want a different password for editing or permissions. So now with the permissions, they're all lit up. So we can say printing, maybe we'll allow it, but maybe only in low resolution mode. Or maybe you don't want them to be able to print it at all. It's up to you. Changes, maybe you don't want them to make any changes at all, or they can insert, delete, and rotate pages, or maybe just filling in the form fields or comments or anything except extracting the pages. And then you can also enable copying of content and text access for accessibility tools. So you have a few options on here. So once you've got this all set, and of course, as I said, the set permissions option is an option. That's why it's called an option. The most important thing, if you're just sending something to someone, is having a password to open it. So if somebody hacked your email sending it, or the person that's receiving it and they hacked into their email and they got that document, they would need a password to open that. And so that password now, of course, the other thing, which I can't believe how many people still do this, do not email the password to the person telling them what the password is to open that document with. And I don't care if you're using a separate email or a different email address, you're still sending it by email to their same email address. So if their email is compromised, then the hacker would see the document, and then they'll see a separate email from you from a different account saying, hey, the password for this other document I sent from my other email account is this, and the hacker can get in through there and open up the document. So do not email the password. It doesn't matter how smart you think you're going about it. Text the password to their smartphone, or you can call them and just tell them the password over the phone. So once you have your password in place, you can export. It'll ask you where you want to save it, and we'll have to choose a different name, and I would recommend doing a different name. So you can just put -E for encryption, or you can just type it right out encrypted so we know it's password protected, and hit save. That's it. It's now password protected under that file name. So if I close out of here, I see the two documents. So I got the original one. If I open it, it opens with no password still. The one that's password protected, it won't open it yet until I put in the password. So I'll go ahead and enter that, and there it is. Now, if I had the editor, I could try editing the document, and again, it'll ask for the second password for editing or printing or doing any of these other things. So I'm not going to do that, and we're going to just close that. So at least you know, if you were to email this to somebody and that email was compromised, whether it's on your side or the recipient side, there's a password required. So let's look at how to password protect a Word document or a spreadsheet. So this Word document, currently it opens without a password, and this Excel sheet, which looks like an important one, it's a list of passwords, it is not password protected. And this is another bonus for you guys. So many people have so many passwords to remember that they'll either put in such a basic password or use the same password for just about everything. And having it in a book written down, you have to read it and type it in each time. There are programs online that you can have your password saved online. I personally don't like that. It's, if anyone hacked into one of those robo forms or whatever, they would, if they got into that account, they would have access to all your passwords for all your websites, no matter how complicated it is. So anyway, I'm going slightly off topic here, but you can see as an example, you might list what website is it for, what's your username, password, and also when was the last time you changed that password, because it's a good idea to change it on a regular basis, at least once a year. I mean, that's kind of a bare minimum. Organizations have password requirements set to change it every 3 months or even every month, and so you can at least track it and say, oh geez, I haven't updated this password in over a year. And you don't know if that website got compromised, they may have your username and password for that website. So we want to password protect this Excel sheet so that nobody can get into it. Alright, that was a lot of time spent on that one, but it's important and it's convenient for you to have something like that. So maybe you're going to want to try that. Let me know in the comments below what you think about managing your passwords. Would you trust one of those online robo forms for changing or tracking all your passwords for all your websites, or just pen and paper, or using something like a spreadsheet and password protecting it? Okay, let's go back into LibreOffice. Now I want to go to Open File and Word document. So I got that Word document open now with OpenOffice, or with LibreOffice. I'm sorry, I'm getting these confused. LibreOffice. Now I told you the procedure is a little bit different. We're going to go to the File menu, but instead of exporting as, because we're not going to export it as a PDF, we want to keep it as a Word document for whatever reason, if that's what you want to do. If you were sending it, you would probably create it into a PDF, and then you can export it to PDF, and same procedure as I just showed you, export as PDF. But we're going to go to Save As. Now you can already see it here, there's Save with a Password. Now there's also Encrypt with a GPG key. That goes outside the scope of this video. You would have to get a security certificate, and in a lot of cases you have to go purchase something, so it's going to be registered properly, and it's a higher level encryption than just password protected. But that gets into, like, encryption is like encrypting your hard drive contents, but you want to be able to send this to somebody. So we'll keep it simple enough. We're going to save with a password, and we again change the name and save, and now we enter in the password. And I would recommend using a password that it's either a maybe a standard one for that you email to that person, so you have the same one for that person all the time if you do regular communication with them. But again, it's good to update your passwords once in a while, because if somebody figured that out, then future documents at least won't be at risk if you change the password. And there is an important warning here that to make sure you know what your password is and don't lose it, because there is no way to recover the document. And it is case sensitive. So make sure you remember what the password is you created. And that's also another reason why I have a separate copy of it. I renamed it. So if you wanted to do this for yourself, once you've saved the encrypted one and you know you had the password and that's working, then you can delete the original one that's not password protected. Options, there's a file sharing password to make it read-only, and then you would put in the password to allow editing. So kind of like the PDF, you can have it so with the one document you can open it, and with the second set of passwords you can actually edit the document. But you may be just wanting to just have it open. So we'll just leave that and hit OK. And I've got this on to confirm if we wanted to use it as the LibreOffice format or convert it to the LibreOffice format, which is the ODF for Word, or using Microsoft format. So we're going to use the Word 2007 to 365 format, and that's saved. So I'll close out of there because I can't open it twice. So the original one is still there. If I try to open it, it'll just open. Close that, and then there's the encrypted one. So it's showing here that we need to have the password to open it. So I'll put in a bad password just for fun. The password's incorrect. Can't open it. No problem. We'll try it again. So I'll put the correct password this time. And it opens up fine. And Excel is going to be the exact same thing. We already know that opens. So I'm going to open file, choose my Excel document, open. So I got my Excel sheet, file, save as, rename the file, because I believe you have to rename it anyway. You can't, let's just try it again, because I believe when I tried it before you can't do that. So save with a password, save. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Alright, looks like it's going to let me do it. So put in the password that you want. Now I wouldn't recommend just replacing it, because if something goes wrong and you typed in your password wrong, even though it makes you do it twice, I've seen people screw that up somehow. At least you have a copy you can go back to. So okay, use the Excel 2007 to 365 format, not LibreOffice format. So I'll close that. Now I've only got the one document here. I don't have a copy of it that's encrypted because I told it to overwrite it. So gotta hope I type my password right, or else I am screwed. Which is why I recommend having it renamed first. Password, and I'm in. So luckily I didn't screw that one up, even though this is just a test and this is all bogus information that I have in here, because of course I wouldn't be sharing my passwords for websites here in a video. But you have an idea, and with this helpful format as an idea of how you can track your passwords? Now you know how to password protect a PDF document, Word document, and spreadsheet before emailing it to anyone, or even just storing your own Excel sheet with your username and passwords for the various websites you have, password protecting it on your own computer for your own use. Just remember to create a second copy of it first in case something goes wrong. Make sure it's working right and you have the right password before you permanently delete the original one. And it's important to permanently delete it, not just send it to the recycle bin. And when you're emailing the documents that are password protected to anyone, do not email the passwords, text them, or call it in and tell them that's the password for the document that you sent by email. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I wouldn't be doing these videos without you. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.